Hey y'all, it's Tabitha and welcome back to my channel. I don't remember what I was gonna say. My daughter's sitting here staring at me and it's messing me up. Here, why don't you come here? This is Pepe. So this week I started my intuitive eating journey, mindful eating journey, a little bit of a mixture of both. I'll try to find some links to some videos I've watched to give me a little bit of information on both things, mindful eating, intuitive eating. They're very similar, but still somewhat different. When I heard, here comes my other kid. Come here.
Hi.
Hi. This is Nana. Love you.
Love you.
So I'll be honest with you, I've heard of intuitive eating. I heard about it for a while. I watch Abby's Kitchen on YouTube. To be honest with you, I found a lot of her critiques a little bit off-putting sometimes because a lot of the people that she was critiquing I related to, and a lot of the choices that they were making, I thought, that's a good choice. Why are you so hateful about that? Have gone back and started watching a lot of her videos now with a little bit of hindsight, and I understand a little bit more what she's talking about. But you know, in my mind, I'm thinking intuitive eating. You underestimate my ability to intuitively eat an entire pizza and not think about it. But I did a little research. I do have an Audible membership, and so I probably wouldn't have bought it, but it so happens that the intuitive eating book was free with my membership, and so I listened to it. I listened to the whole thing. You can't really judge something without having more information. I was obviously basing my opinion on the program from just bits and pieces and really assumptions of what I thought it was. This video is not going to go into what exactly intuitive eating is. I'll probably do another video of that kind of breaks down what I thought were some things that I had initially had issues with it, and you know, pros, cons, this, that, and the other. But there was a lot that I did take away from it. As most of you know, I had or have binge eating disorder where I would eat something off plan and it would screw up the rest of my day. I would overeat. I'd eat multiple bowls of cereal, multiple peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I would just shove everything in my mouth that I could because why not? I've just screwed everything up by eating this. There was no such thing as moderation. I did not think that I was the type of person who could eat things in moderation. That was just not something I was capable of doing, because when I ate something I wasn't supposed to, everything went out the window. That is not true. That is not true. So a few things that I worked on this week. I'll tell you a little bit about how my week went and the things that I really tried to focus on this week. Again, this video might get lengthy if I try to tell you exactly what intuitive eating is. So this week, what were things that I worked on mindset-wise? First and foremost, change your perception of your body. Way easier said than done. This is the first and most important thing. And being a Christian, over the last few weeks before I decided to do this intuitive eating, I really felt kind of helpless. And I really was praying. I said, Lord, help me to see myself the way that you see me. And I was praying that over my friends. As women, we're really hard on ourselves. And if we're being honest, we're not always hard on other women. We're probably harder on ourselves than we are on other women, but we are hard on other women too. We make all kinds of judgments, whether it be a good judgment, bad judgment, whatever. One thing I'll tell you, I've always thought about is people that are beautiful, like that's not an achievement. Being beautiful is nice, but it's not an achievement. You literally had nothing to do with your beauty. Your parents, your mom, dad got together and you just happened to get good genetics and be a beautiful person. I've seen two worldly, unattractive people get together and make this beautiful person. Nothing you've done has made you beautiful or not beautiful by the world standards. Let me add that. But I'm beginning to grasp and really, because you can know something, but you don't know it. You don't feel it. You don't really just take it into your being. But I know that my weight and my looks do not define me. I am who I am because I was created in God's image. And that goes the same for you, okay? So first and foremost, your weight does not define you. Your height does not define you. Your acne, your age spots, none of this defines you. None of it. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. That's a hard concept to understand, but really and truly it is. anything that we feel like we need to be is only because the world has put that upon us, that we feel like that's important. Your health is obviously important. I do believe that. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for years. I worked at the hospital for years and years and watched people eat themselves into diseases. I'm very, very, very well aware of this. This is why I kind of was objective of intuitive eating, because intuitive eating tends to also, the people in that community also tend to lean towards health at every size. And that's something I still don't quite, I cannot get behind, but I feel like their message ultimately is to love yourself wherever you're at, and I can get behind that message. Second off, I made no foods off limits. Off limits. I made no foods off limits and said, if I want to have the ice cream, I'm gonna have the ice cream. If I want to have the cheeseburger, I'm gonna have the cheeseburger. It's amazing. I feel like it's reverse psychology, because now all of a sudden, now that I can have these things if I want them, I don't want them. I don't. I find myself getting the healthier options of things, but I did have some stuff that would have been off plan, and guess what? It was amazing. It was amazing. The other day I went to Dairy Queen and got me a mini blizzard. Enjoyed all of it, had no guilt. It was incredible. Incredible. And guess what? After I ate that ice cream, I did not come home and binge and just scarf everything down. I think I had a pretty well-balanced supper and moved on, and that was it. I was like, this is amazing. So another thing that I focused on this week was, how do I feel? Am I hungry? I did not wait till I was starving to eat. Once I began to feel like I was getting hungry, especially if it was something I had to throw together to cook, I went ahead and ate, so I didn't wait till I was ravenously hungry to eat. I did not scarf my food down. I was very mindful as I ate, connecting with, all right, am I full? Am I not full? Can I eat some more? Am I just eating because there's still food in my plate? As a matter of fact, tonight we went to a restaurant that we frequent, and I'll say that most of the time I either made the good decision to eat a salad or something, but most of the time I would eventually go for the most indulgent dish there and go, well, this is just the one time, this is just the one time, this is the one I've been doing good all week, I want to eat this. And then it would be too much food, but I'd still eat it all, because there's that clean the plate mentality. There's also that scarcity mentality to, well, for one, I can't take leftovers. I can't eat this tomorrow, so I gotta eat it all now. And two, when's the next time am I gonna eat this again? Scarf it all down. And then I'm like sick and nauseous and not feeling good. I can't tell you the last time I went somewhere to eat and got a to-go plate. I can't tell you the last time I had any food left over, but tonight I ate. I thought about it. I thought, do I want the shrimp and grits? Do I want the Alfredo? There's this like low carb bowl. I kind of wanted the grits that came with the shrimp and grits because it's so good, but I didn't want a bowl full of grits. I just didn't, but I still wanted some grits. So I got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, enjoyed everything that I wanted, and I don't even think I ate half of the food. I am not walking around starving. It's quite amazing. And guess what? I took it to go and had no issues with that, because guess what? If I want to eat it tomorrow or the next day for lunch, I'm going to eat it. Yes, I am. I'm going to eat it. And I'm on steroids right now, because I'm always on steroids. I'm on steroids right now. I'm quite shocked. It's been a very good thing for me mentally. Another thing that I have noticed is that there's so many things that now I can have. Now that I can have it, when I was binging, it would be the first thing I went to. But now that I can't have it, or now that I can have it with no issues, I don't want it. I went to Arby's the other day. If you're on my Instagram, you may have seen, I got like a jalapeno chicken bacon wrap, and I didn't get the fries because I thought about it, and like the fries are greasy, and I'm like, right now my stomach's kind of hurting just thinking about it. And I know greasy food just doesn't make me feel good, so I opted to not get the fries. Even though usually if I was like, if I'm gonna eat wrong, I'm gonna do the whole thing, and then I would eat the fries, and like, there's been so many times this week that I went to a restaurant, got fast food for some reason, and I would have, if I was giving in that day or having a bad day, I would have got the burger, because I do like cheese, but I'm like, I don't feel like it. Like when I eat that, it doesn't make me feel good, so I choose not to. But then every now and then, if I want something, I give into it because that's what I want. And like they talk about, like if you have a craving for something, and this is so true. If you have a craving for something, and then you try to fill that void with so many things, what you wind up doing is overeating. You just eat and eat and eat, and you're overeating, when if you just ate the thing you wanted, you would have probably ate a whole lot less and done a lot more damage, lot less damage. I found that to be true. I did. Another thing that I like this because it is not just saying, I'll go ahead and say this, intuitive eating is not saying you eat whatever the heck you want. It is to a degree, but it doesn't throw out nutrition. It's not saying if you eat donuts and cookies and this and this and this all day long, if that's what you want to eat, have at it, sister. That's not what this is. Okay, so that was one of my main objections. I'm like, you're what? What? No. But I can still stay true to some of my more nutritional convictions. You know, I still may substitute this for that. I've got a lot of like low fat, nasty stuff I really didn't like, and I would have never bought had I not been on a diet. Threw that crap in the trash because I don't like it. I've got some ranch dressing that I bought when I was doing Whole30. It's not low fat. It's probably, I think it's low sugar because it just doesn't have a lot of added sugar. It's my favorite ranch dressing. I'm gonna stick with it. It's twice the calories of that nasty, fat-free ranch dressing, and I love it, and that's what I'm gonna pick. But I also feel like that's the healthier option. I'm not all about low fat. Fat is satiating. Fat fills you up. Don't get me started on that. I've lost weight this week, but because this is not about weight loss, this is about a mentality shift. Maybe in a couple weeks. I weighed this morning. I'm not gonna weigh again for another 2 weeks because right now I'm on steroids. My weight's gonna fluctuate anyway. I'm on my period, like too many things, water weight shifts, hormonal stuff. I'm not gonna let the number on the scale freak me out or define me. And I'm telling you, this week has been amazing on me, just amazing. I have felt good. I'm beginning to really be attuned when I eat stuff that I would normally have, whether how it made me feel after I ate it, and then I'm going, you know what, last time I ate that, and like tonight, you know what I did? I came home and ate like a scoop or two of ice cream, and then that was it. Never have I ever done that. I'm becoming way more in tune with my body, my hunger signals. What am I wanting at the time? You'd be surprised, especially if you enjoy a wide variety of food, when you are more in tune with what you're eating and how it's making you feel, how many times you will opt for the healthier thing because you just feel better when you eat that way. That may not be everybody, and that's another thing. Intuitive eating may not be for everybody. I'll probably include this as well in my intuitive eating video. Intuitive eating may not be for somebody that's been overweight all their life, who has struggled with eating good, nutritious food. You know, I live in South Alabama. We're constantly eating processed, fried this, fried that, just good old Southern cooking. And that's why so many people in the hospital with these diabetes and this hypertension, high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, that type of thing. And some things, anyway, don't get me started. So if you're somebody who's never really liked healthy food and you've always ate junk because you don't have the palate for healthy food, like my entire family, like my kids, my husband, they eat terribly, drives me nuts. Without an actual coach that helps you through, and if you don't have any kind of nutritional background, you don't really know what you're doing, you would probably at least need to find somebody who is trained, a nutritionist who is trained, who's done intuitive eating, to help you through the process. This is not something I would encourage you to do on your own. But if you are, you know, eat a wide variety of things, and I might be wrong, I am not an expert. But if you eat a wide variety of things, you enjoy health. I will try anything once. Like, I love food. I feel like this is a really good fit for me because I enjoy eating the healthier options a lot of the times, if I really think about it. I did not binge once this week. Not once. And I allowed many, many, many things that I have not been allowing over the last like 3 or 4 months. Not once. There was one night that I overate. That was it. It was a good week. It's been a great week. I feel so much better about myself. My mental state's much better. I was shocked because I thought that this would be, you know, you have that Last Supper effect that you get before you know you're starting a diet, where you just eat all the things that you know you're not going to be able to eat. I thought that would be like that. It would be like that because now I'm allowed to eat all that. Never happened. never happened. There's so much power in saying, if you want to eat the thing, you can eat it. Instead of, because when you tell yourself you can't have it, guess what? Human nature is, when you say you can't have something, you just want it that much worse. It makes it that much more appealing. Well, why can't I have it? It just gives it so much power. And so telling yourself you can have it if you want it, takes the power away. You stop craving this stuff. Like I said, there's so many things that I usually would have binged, like just thinking about a cookie right now, like Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookies. That's something I would have dug into. Thinking about it now, I'm like, I don't want one of those. Like, ugh. Or Cinnamon Toast Crunch is one of my favorite cereals. I haven't had cravings for it, and I've thought about it, I'm like, eh. And you can still make choices that just are the best for you. I don't eat a lot of dairy. I got a lot of sinus issues. It makes me congested. It doesn't make me feel good. So I don't eat a lot of dairy. I don't eat a lot of ice cream, stuff like that. I usually use almond milk. I'm going to continue to use almond milk, and that's because that's just a personal preference. And so that's fine. There's room for that with intuitive eating. But anyway, now I'm rambling. So, have you heard of intuitive eating? Let me know. Have you heard of mindful eating? Let me know. What are your thought processes? What do you think when you hear intuitive eating? Do you think like I did, oh, I can eat the whole pizza if that's just what my body wants? Because that's like my go-to thought is the pizza, pizza. And it's funny, I haven't had pizza yet. Apparently I don't want it that bad now. Well, I just kind of wanted to touch base on how this went. Did I binge eat this week? Nope. Did I overeat like once and it wasn't terrible? I had plenty of things that would have been off limits, like way off limits. Did not overeat, none of it. I found that I was satisfied more with my meals, and so I didn't eat nearly as much. And it's working well for me so far, and I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna continue on with me in this journey. That'd be great. If you struggle with any kind of eating disorder, reach out for help. Talk to somebody. I'm here, I don't want you struggling by yourself. I hope y'all have a great week. As always, I'll see y'all later. Bye.